I'll be demoing a walkthrough for two features I created for VS Code. I chose VS Code because this is something as a software developer that I use on a day-to-day basis, and these two features are things that I personally could benefit from, and I think other software developers can benefit from as well. VS Code is widely used, impacts millions of developers, and it's a well-structured code base. So I built two navigation features that require core level access. Okay, so the first feature, the problem that it solves is there's no quick way to jump from file to have it highlighted in the Explorer. So what this feature does is it, when a user is on a file, they're able to run this command, and the folders and subfolders that it's in will be expanded and it will be highlighted. Before showing you, one of the challenges that I ran into when doing this is having this work from a terminal perspective. So if a user is in a certain folder and they run this command, it would update the Explorer and have it and expand all the folders and subfolders and highlight the file that they're in. So to demo this, as you can see, I'm on the filters file, which is in the source folder. I minimize the source folder to show this at work. So I'll go to the dev tools and run this command. As you can see, all the files, folders and subfolders that it's in get expanded, and it immediately jumps to where it is. This helps users navigate easily and to access the folders that the file they're working on is in. So now I'll demo the second feature. Let me just minimize these. So the second feature is the auto reveal paired file feature. So when users are developing, they often create tests for certain files. Like in this case, the filters file would have a filters.test file. But in a workspace like this that's cluttered, it could take time, and instead of manually looking for the test, it would automatically appear for them. And this also works vice versa. So if a user is on a test file, it will do the same thing and highlight the file that it's testing. So again, this is another navigation feature that saves users time and allows them to navigate easily and focus on what they're working. To enable this, users would have to go to the settings and find this setting and enable it. Here is where they they add regular expressions so that they can easily match. This was in itself an issue or a challenge rather that I faced. I would like for there to be one regular expression, but for now the user would have to manually add them, which can add time to this, but at the end I think it would be beneficial when they're actually implementing or working on files and creating files. So instead of having regular expressions, maybe I could implement a template, but that is something to work on at a later time. To demo this, I will go to the feature filters. As you can see, it's minimized here. So as soon as I click this, it would open the test file that it's in. So the user has the open file here and the test file, and they're highlighted and expanded, and all the subfolders expanded in the Explorer. This also works vice versa, as I said. So if they click the test file, the same thing would happen in reverse. The test file would appear in the workspace, and the filters file would be highlighted, as you can see here. Of course, this doesn't work for files that don't have tests, so this feature would silently fail or just not proceed. What I do differently is provide a more seamless experience for both of these features. There are cases where the feature may not work correctly. In most cases it does, but I want to make this more seamless, and something to improve on would be implementing a better template or regular expression mapping between those two files.